just chatting. Leave that at that. Nope, wrong thing. Boop. Watch later. Here we go. Oh, steak. And what the fuck is going on down here? Yeah, this is all bad. Hold on. All bad. There we go. Okay. Alright, let's start off. Let's back the fuck up. Okay. Okay, now you can just hit the my space bar to pause. Okay. We've seen this guy already. Combat. Part of the room tours. This is new. I don't know if this is gonna be a dungeon area. This looks like either gonna be part of a dungeon and or part of well, it's still really fucking loud. Medium. Okay. Part of a dungeon, or under the lake, potentially. Something to do with Slytherin, but don't know if I've seen that spell in any of the videos I've seen so far. I haven't done any reaction stuff about Hogwarts Legacy, but I've seen videos, some in-depth stuff. I don't remember seeing that. Like a downward lightning strike, so that's pretty cool. Broom riding, Forbidden Forest. Slytherin's room, common room.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the first Hogwarts Legacy gameplay stream. I'm Chandler Wood, Community Manager here at Avalanche Software, and we've got a lot of really exciting stuff to show you today. But before we get into showing you the game and gameplay, I have a few wonderful guests that I need to introduce
the voice actors for stuff?
First up, we have our community guest host.
No.
He brings you the latest and greatest in Hogwarts Legacy content. He's the local Merlin conspiracy theorist.
Guilty as charged, yes.
One half of Expecto Go,
Yeah.
James Whitehead.
Thanks, Chandler. Yes, I'm James Whitehead of Expecto Go, bringing you guys the latest and greatest in Hogwarts Legacy content. And I am one half of Expecto Go, the better half. My wife, Sue, represents that other half. So I'm excited to be here, and thank you, Avalanche Software, for inviting me. I cannot wait to go over this gameplay. I just got to say that.
Welcome, thank you for being here. And we've got two people from the studio, just two of the many people bringing this thing together, the magic of Hogwarts Legacy. Game director, Alan Tu.
Hello, everyone.
And senior environment artist and Hogwarts expert, Boston Madsen.
Nice.
So thank you for taking time out of your very busy schedules right now to sit down with us to help us show everybody gameplay. So what we're going to be showing you today, first, the character creator,
Ooh, okay.
because
We haven't seen much of the character creator
and
stuff.
you have
Besides
to create
the fact
yourself when you get into
to
to get into Hogwarts and bring your whole authentic self to Hogwarts. So we're going to show you that character creator. Then we're going to dive into a tour of Hogwarts, and it's just a small tour of Hogwarts, right? Because Hogwarts is huge. Hogwarts is really
and
big.
obviously it's gonna be the toys gonna probably be all in game. It's all gonna be actual gameplay, so that's gonna be nice to see instead of just kind of like a overview, like camera fly shot of it all.
So we're going to be showing you a little bit, but it's still a lot.
I imagine.
And finally, ending up with combat. A little taste of combat, a little taste of how all that works.
I've been curious about
just a little
combat
taste,
and how that's not whether it's gonna
so
be
excited to get there. But again, first and foremost, we need to get into
slotted
this character
spells or
creator. And James, with you here, we wanted to let you create this character. So Andrew, who is going to be doing all of our gameplay capture today, is going to be handing you the controller.
Oh my gosh. All right, I won't break anything. All right, so what are we looking at right here on this screen?
These are your presets. So a lot like other games, there's some initial settings that you can choose for your character.
So it looks good already. I can tell you that. This is on par of like Elden Ring's character creator. Just like how smooth it all looks and stuff. Like Dark Souls 3 to Elden Ring, that's just kind of like the character creator. It looks smooth, it's good. I don't know if it's
just
not
kind
the
of
greatest.
Get them into like the ballpark
tracking.
of what you want to be, who you want to be, and what you want to change.
Oh man!
And then once you're in that ballpark, all the other tabs let
Obviously,
you
we'll probably
dial
go through
that
these.
be exactly who you want to be. It's our goal with this is to make sure that for anyone that fantasized about bringing themselves to the school for the very first time, that they feel like they have the options in order to represent who they are and essentially bring themselves to Hogwarts or whatever character they want to bring to Hogwarts.
Oh my God, and options galore. Do you mind if I try to put myself in here right quick?
It's all about you
Okay, all right. So, yeah, that's me. We're here. That's me right there. All right, so that's step one.
We're pretty close, but let's look at everything here. You know, play around with some of these options, like really.
All right, so what are we looking at with this option over here with the tab?
Oh man, look at the hair. That looks like some real hair. That looks really good. Like how that looks. The facial movement looks good so far.
Yeah, so a lot of the different faces that you saw in the previous screen, all those faces are choices that you have here. So you can now you're just kind of getting into the details in your face shape, in your skin color. And then because we knew a lot of people go right in are going to want it right away. Even though it's an option later in the game, you can collect different types of glasses, put them on later. We give you some options right up front if you want to have glasses for your character.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh man, oh my gosh, look at the structure of the faces with this. Wow, you guys thought of every crazy. I like that. I don't think my face is that skinny, but I think we'll go that. I think we'll go that route. And down here is this.
Those are your glasses there.
Oh, so we started. We can go Harry Potter if you want. Awesome job. Oh man! And this is just some of the options, I'm assuming.
Yeah. So through the course of the game, there's a lot of different options that you'll keep unlocking.
Okay.
And that actually looks really contoured to the face. Like that looks really good. Besides the nose bridge, how it's kind of like levitating off the nose. It doesn't exactly
different classes,
sit well, but it makes sense.
All kinds of things over the course of the game.
I like how it's all Victorian era, though.
Yeah, right up front.
Such a good call. Such a good call. Oh my gosh. All right. So now, we can go fleek on this one with the hair.
I spend a lot of time.
Yeah, this definitely looks like Elden Ring style type. Okay, hold on. Subtitles. Options. Font size. I'll go 50%. There we go. Yeah. Okay. I do like having subtitles on just so I can see. Okay, yeah. The hair looks really good. Like that looks really good.
I'm here just like dreaming about my different characters. And what
Oh my gosh, the pony. The thing I'm always amazed by whenever I see any aspects of Hogwarts Legacy.
Like all the hair actually frames the face pretty well. And a lot of character creators and games and stuff, the hair kind of clips into the face depending on the face shape. In fact, that's actually like looking pretty well with it. Looks really solid. I'm excited.
Character creator is just
when the game comes out,
And,
I'm
like,
probably
you
gonna spend like an hour or
adding
two
the
on
bounce
character
with
creator
the
just
hair
by itself,
moving
depending
around.
on
Yo, that kind of looks like
what
Hermione a
options
little
there
bit.
are.
I'm not even gonna just like Fred. I'm not Fred.
Like how
we
deep
can
the
just go.
options
Can I go like Tonks purple or green a little bit?
Absolutely.
Oh. Yo, this is so cool. Oh, I like that.
So I don't know if
Who you want to be and what you
so
want.
like the presets, I don't know if like, so there's presets, but like when you get into facial shape, I just, this is like only all the facial shape. There's no sliders, which I don't know how that's gonna look well unless it gets deeper around this area. But just from where I'm at right now in the video, like if this is all the options for facial shape, that doesn't really give you much options.
Oh. Yo, this is so cool. Oh, I like that. That is cute. Oh, okay, so little behind the
Yeah,
scenes.
the hair really does look good. Like
I used to have.
this really does look good. I mean, you can tell it's just like chunks with like frayedness to it, but like it looks really good.
This
like,
type of hair, like
lot
way back, but
was it purple?
But there isn't a lot of
I
flow to
wanted-
it. There doesn't seem to be a lot of flow to the hair. Just it looks rigid in a sense, but there's maneuverability to it.
Silver tip.
Yes.
So that was the closest I got to any color, but oh my gosh, this is so cool. So you literally can bring yourself. Like it's a myriad of textures and different hairstyles here. All right, so now we're getting over here to play around with some of the.
These are more subtle options. We've
Okay.
got freckles, mold.
Okay, so like I said, there's not much sliders. So I don't know how good the character creation will be in terms of stuff. Oh, my daughter's playing with the trash can. I mean, it's not horrible that you are playing with the trash can. Get inside the trash can. But that's why she was grunting a second ago. I want to make sure she wasn't shitting her brains out like I did not too long ago.
Different things like when it comes to your complexion, like darker eyes, maybe like some shading on the cheeks.
Oh man, you guys literally thought of everything.
Not really. They didn't really think too much
I do have a bit of fun with that.
on
And then
it.
the
I feel
scars
like
are-
this is
are
one of the more
those options where
basic character
Harry had his
creation
own unique
options.
scar,
Like
Yeah.
scar, but you can come in with
really basic
Your
character
options.
creation.
Yeah. Oh wow. Look at that. I didn't even see that.
Oh, those are my favorite. The eyebrow scars.
Yeah.
Love those.
Yeah. You look kind of
It's a
like
classic.
Yeah, you look kind of just like tough. But anyway. So now we're over here. Oh man. This you guys.
So yeah, they really don't have much sliders. The fucking unibrow. No, they don't have a lot of options. Kind of sucks. But right here, there's probably name, and then also your character name, and then also most likely how you input your Hogwarts fan club information to get your choice
This is
of
so
stuff
Sick.
that your
Again,
your
getting more
house and
subtle
wand
here, you know,
Mhm.
really
that you
like
got
dialing in
on
that face
Hogwarts
to,
Fan
to
Club.
really get
Oh, yeah,
your-
put it.
I don't know how revealing I want to be with my facial features now. Just like, yeah, I kind of have a big face. Yeah, my eyebrows kind of sit kind of low. But I mean, literally, you have so many options just starting the game. I feel like I'm going to be here.
No,
like
you won't be
forever.
there forever.
You'll be
It's gonna
bored.
take like
And then this
fucking
final
10
tab
minutes to
here,
make a
this is where you
character.
kind of bring your whole character together. You know, this is where you finalize everything. You're not
Okay,
choosing your house
the
here.
voice.
That's not yet.
That was a theory.
But you know, here's where you bring you choose voice 1 or voice 2, which is more kind of a masculine or a feminine voice, and then even within that, changing your pitch,
Oh, with
the pitch slider.
It's a subtle slider, but
Yeah.
but you can hear it,
Concerned about. That was quite something.
and so you can kind of make out the differences. But yeah, you choose which kind of voice that you
Very well
want.
be able to help.
You'll be selecting your different.
Okay. When they're talking, the character's talking, it looks really good. The facial tracing looks really good when it comes to matching the voice coming out, which is really good. A lot of games nowadays are getting really good with that. I mean, there's still some lag and some it doesn't always look polished, but this looks pretty polished. It looks good.
Difficulty here for today. We'll just go normal because
Okay.
Andrew's going to be taking us through some of the experiences with combat later.
And we can talk a little more about difficulty, yeah, with combat and how that plays in.
Right.
But I
Big
think
question.
the important thing here is like if for people who aren't gamers especially,
Right.
story mode is a way to get into this without being worried about like, oh, do I need to be good at games? Like, no, just enjoy this game. It's,
And I will put expecto and then go.
Boom.
We're good. We're good. Awesome.
and then whether you want to be witch or wizard.
Amazing.
What'd you think, character creator? We're good?
I'm good. Let's explore Hogwarts and let's get into some combat.
All right, through the magic of using a dev kit, we're gonna be loading up a save a little later in so that we can show you more about Hogwarts and give you that taste of combat. All right, Andrew's got some gameplay pulled up.
Okay, so that seems to be the spells. Okay, so it is like a spell wheel. You select the spells that you want there. Power gauge of some kind. Potions over here. Then there's this right here, which I don't know what that is. And then you obviously have your mini map, but very, very blotchy in terms of how the map kind of looks there.
For us here, we
Everything
are
else looks
starting
smooth,
out,
though.
James. There you are. You're wearing the House Fanatic robes from the account linking.
Thank you. I do look good. And this is our first look at the Hufflepuff Common Room.
Oh, that's cool. The background of the spells waver.
I'm assuming. I
It's
mean,
pretty
dorm
cool.
room.
Dorm room,
Yeah,
yeah.
This is awesome. But Alan, what are we seeing right here with the UI? Because this is our first look.
Yeah. So right now we know there's been a lot of questions about the HUD because this is the first time we're showing it. So kind of going over it from right to left. On the bottom right is what we call our spell diamond.
Mhm.
So
Okay,
those
spell diamond.
are everything that you see in it are slottable spells. So we have over 20 slottable spells that you can earn over the course of the game.
That's not bad. Over 20. I was gonna say just 20, but no, over 20. That's really good. That means there can be a lot of variety to how you approach combat, and there's probably, I don't know if you'll be able to. Their drawers all fucked up. Probably just supposed to be, but it looks so fucked up. But over 20 slottable spells, that's gonna be fun. That's probably gonna be enemies that have certain resistances that you can capitalize on with specific spells that you unlock. And it's probably specific spell combos that are like some of the best combos to use. She flipped herself over again. What are you doing? You good over there? No, this is good. All right.
Okay.
And that's where the player can place them and use them and access them very quickly. To the top left of that is you'll see the D-pad, and on the left is an eyeball, and on the right is a bit of a grid. So the eyeball is an example of one of not a slottable spell, but what we call an essential spell. There are certain spells that are used in very specific contexts, or that we just want on the controller at all times. And Revelo is one of those. That's left on the D-pad.
Oh, okay.
On the
That's
right on the
interesting.
D-pad is
So
that
essential
grid
spell.
represents where you might slot spells. And so
Okay.
right now, today, we're not going to be going into the spell slotting menu because we feel like there's a lot of spoilers there. You know, like what are all the spells and what can we do?
I would like spoilers, but I
know.
understand.
But we do want to make sure there's still some goodies left to share with everyone. And then on the left side, that thing that has the L1 button next to it, that's another thing where we don't want to spoil, but basically that's where you access your tool wheel. So there's a lot of magical.
Okay, so so essentially what ESO, like if you hold the button down, it probably pops up a wheel and you use a stick to select a tool or something for it. So it's gonna be pretty good. So that's gonna be interesting.
Tools that you're going to be kind of
He just ate a fucking apple. That's interesting.
and growing over the course of the game. And so that's where you would access them rapidly is our tool wheel.
Okay, cool.
There are a few things that I left off the table on the right. The green bar is your health, and basically there's a.
Oh, okay, so that's your health. So it's not done. I was curious about that, how they would show the health. So that's your health. And that's your health potions. It's probably something that
that's how you might
refills when you
the bar
rest
above
or
it, we're
something.
keeping a secret for now. I apologize.
The bar above it is most likely some type of like boost, spell boost, or something of that nature, where like casting spells will boost this meter up, and once it fills up, you can like boost one of your slotted spells, or it's like a rage mode, kind of like God of War or something like that. Most likely, that's what I'm feeling, but I could be wrong about that. It could be completely different than that.
Guys. And all the way on the left is our mini map with a kind of overhead view of where you are currently in your common room that updates as you travel through Hogwarts and beyond out into the world. And for those fans out there that aren't a huge fan of mini maps, because we know they exist, there's also options to remove the mini.
That's gonna be nice. I'll probably remove the mini map when I play. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe unless like if they have
map
Oh,
and
cool.
turn.
that's probably like an interactable sign, like, hey, there's something to interact with over here. But the fact that you can turn off that would you can turn on or off different elements of our HUD, so you could probably turn off certain aspects of, if not all of it, do like a photo mode. But the minimap might be useful in terms of finding collectibles and stuff if that's how it is. But if like collectibles and stuff don't show up, or secret passages and stuff don't show up on the minimap, I'm probably gonna turn it off and just kind of explore and enjoy the world.
On or off different elements of our HUD. But
Really immerse yourself.
Yeah,
and we'll go more into the spells as we get into combat, but that's kind of that's what you're seeing there. And this is our HUD.
Also, Andrew's giving us a good look over here. I want to call out. I'm a big fan of the bedside tables in the dormitories. Very nice bedside tables.
They are nice bedside tables.
Yeah.
The honey-colored wood was mentioned in the writing. It's part of lore.
It's part of lore. There we go. All right.
So now we're walking out into.
We really tried making these low-ceilinged dorms to give you that Badger set
Oh, that's pretty cool.
sort of
And
feel.
the first thing I know
Kind of
is
like a
the
Hobbit.
music.
Okay, so the white dot is interactable things. From when I pointed that out, like the white dot that was floating. So it is an interactable thing. Yeah, I wonder what that is. It's probably something they
amazing
might
with this.
interact with. Okay, might be something lore specific, like a lore thing, or a collectible. I'm feeling like, so it might be showing collectibles on the
And I'm
minimap
calling out
if
here,
it's visible.
This is unique music that you're hearing for the Hufflepuff Common Room. Go back to those Common Room videos we released. You'll notice the music's a little bit different, and that is entirely intentional.
The
We just
music's
want to
good
welcome
though.
you to your common room in every single house, just a little bit differently.
Oh,
You can
fuck.
custom-
That cactus is moving. That's cool. Hold on, I'll back up a second.
The Hufflepuff Common Room. Go back to those Common Room videos we released.
Okay.
You'll notice the music's a little bit different, and that is entirely intentional.
Cactus is bouncing and moving. That's cool. That's
We just want to welcome you to your common room in every single house, just a
boing, boing,
little
boing,
bit
boing,
differently.
boing. That's fun.
You can customize that experience right away.
Oh my gosh, that's so
Okay, so
awesome.
everything is moving. The paintings are moving.
Look at that.
That's really
So,
cool.
I mean, beautiful
Like,
design.
This game's gonna be
we could spend like the entire
amazing.
rest of the stream just in the common room here and talking about it, and I'm sure Boston and James could be like just geeking out over it.
All the details come from J.K. Rowling's writings for this common room. The round doors, the
Oh, okay, so
hanging vines, even the dancing.
okay, I thought that was supposed to be. They said dance. I saw the dancing badgers, and I was like, "Are they? Are they dancing?" Okay, so a lot of the inspiration for the like details and stuff is from the actual books. That's really cool.
Badgers on the
They didn't just
fireplace.
take
Kind of real earthy.
they didn't just take the baseline and be like, we don't fucking go with the way we want to go with it. So that's good. I'm happy about that they're kind of sticking to the lore and the roots of the books.
It's very, very earthy.
Which is like elements for each of the houses, right? Like,
Hufflepuff is earth, Ravenclaw's air, Gryffindor is fire, and Slytherin is water. We
Okay, that makes sense.
really
That's
leaned
cool.
into that for each common room.
Wow.
So it feels earthy. We've got a little earthen passageway. That's what we were. Hopefully, it should feel very familiar.
Yeah, it does. It does.
but I know you don't want to leave, but we're gonna be leaving.
Thank you. I understand.
Was that symbol like autosave? Like isn't it gonna be autosaving constantly? I
Well,
imagine
the
that might be an
sound effects,
autosave
though.
symbol.
Like, looking back at the
Ooh, that sounds nice. Yeah. You're right about the sound effects, but yeah, that's nice. You can literally hear the
There was
wood
just
peeling
music,
back.
but kind of hearing how Hogwarts
That sounds
is now.
really
That's so
that sounds
cool.
really
It's
good.
tactile.
That looks like that might be fucking a puzzle at some point.
Yeah.
Andrew's going to make use of one of our spells, Revelio.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Use Revelio right here because there's a little magic going
You
on.
notice a little something there.
Field guide page. Oh, interesting. So that is a
Yeah.
collectible. You enter the Hufflepuff common room. One must tap the bell 2 from the bottom, middle of the second row, in the rhythm of Helga Hufflepuff. An errant tap will result in being denied access and doused in vinegar. Oh, so those shoot vinegar out. That's cool.
So these are something that we kind of interchangeably call Revelio pages or lore pages. And you'll notice a bunch of things pop up on the screen.
Yeah.
You see that
Oh, okay. XP. I wonder if it gives you because he's Hufflepuff. Yeah, Hufflepuff. Like House Hufflepuff, if that symbol is for the Hufflepuffs, because of this house season. If that's gonna change, if he's in like you're in Slytherin or Ravenclaw or Gryffindor, if that symbol's don't change. But or if there's specific you can get XP for specific houses based on the field guides and stuff you get.
we got some
XP.
XP for it.
Mhm.
And you can also see that we've advanced something called like a field guide challenge up in the
okay.
corner.
Uh-huh.
So I want to talk about that a little bit. So we had to ask ourselves, what?
Continue. I'm sorry. Continue.
Sorry, my daughter's getting too close to the bookshelf here. Hey, Miss Ma'am. Hi. Hi. Chan? Alright, let's continue with the video.
There may be something you may or may not be able to tickle there.
Yeah.
But in our game, we had to answer the question, we're a late fifth year. What does that mean? How do we catch up to the other students?
Okay. Okay.
And so we have an answer to that question, and it's given to you by the staff. So there's something that we call the Wizard's Field Guide that's granted to you early on in the game. And the Wizard's Field Guide is how you actually work on catching up with the other students.
That makes sense.
So Andrew, if you hit pause for me up here, before we push forward a little bit, you can see in our pause menu, it's got this book theme.
Wow.
Oh, that's really cool. So you got your inventory, your gear, your talents, collections, settings, outpost, quest, map, your level. Oh, it's cool that it shows you your
That's
house
your Wizard's
symbol.
Field Guide, and you can see
Oh, that's cool. It's all glowing movie.
your house kind of crest
in the middle,
overlaid
yeah.
over it.
Okay,
right? And you
okay.
can see that on your level as well. So that the field guide has this magical property of looking out into the world around you. And the reason why it's on loan from the Ministry of Magic and the professors
So
have
cool.
granted it to you as a late fifth year student is because they want it to help you catch up to the other kids. And its magical property is to discover different opportunities to learn and grow all around you. So the way it works is, as you discover gameplay in the game, it actually recognizes that as a challenge, which is kind of
On the bottom.
locked into there.
Okay.
And Andrew, if you go in there, you'll see different
Okay,
types of
challenges. I was
that are
curious about
combat
that.
challenges,
Wow.
quest challenges.
Oh, combat, quest, exploration, field guide pages, room of requirement. So that's probably crafting related. This looks all really nice.
Oh.
Exploration
I'm excited.
challenges. And you can see field guide pages are on there as well.
Yeah.
So
1%. We unlocked that one field guide page.
that entire category is one of the ways that the book itself kind of fills out into the school and spills out into the school and kind of hides itself with different types of challenges and different things to do around the school that you're
That
actually
is
going
so
to
cool.
interact with to help you grow as a wizard and practice your spells. And so that thing that we just saw is not just a field guide challenge and a way to earn
Yeah.
XP. It's also something that that players can use to learn about the school as they're traveling around. They spot these little secret facts and they can kind of play a little bit of a game discovering all of them. And there are over 100 field guide pages just in Hogwarts alone. So,
Little glimpse of the grand staircase
Yeah.
here. We're not gonna.
Circular staircase.
All
to
the
match tower.
portraits.
Yeah.
And I did notice
Blue
the blue
flames.
flame just ignite right there, which was so cool.
yeah.
Oh man.
Fast travel points there.
Oh, okay. So what I thought were collectibles are actually fast travel points. Those flame spots.
Hourglasses. We had to. How much fun was it designing those and putting all
Oh, they're
those in there?
gorgeous.
That's really
But-
cool.
That they're there just like in the books.
Yes.
Right
It's
next
a
to
nod
the
to
Great
lore.
Hall.
It's a nod
Yeah.
to lore. House points is not a core mechanic or system in the
Yeah,
game.
we
It
turned
is.
That's a bummer. That'd be cool if you could earn house
We
points.
didn't turn it
Narratively.
into like a gameplay system, but it's definitely present throughout our narrative. And there are lots of choices where we want to nod to things that aren't necessarily gameplay systems, but
Yeah.
but we nod to them as part of the narrative.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, so like they're not like not including it at all. It's just it's more like it's not included as core mechanic, but like there's gonna be things that you would think that could be a mechanic, but probably won't be. Just either like a display or something like that, kind of like the hourglasses.
Right
That's
there,
interesting.
Andrew
World.
was teasing. That's the Great
Great
Hall
Hall.
over
Yeah.
through those doors. Again, we're not going there. He's just
Oh.
kind of like,
What the fuck?
no.
Oh, okay. You can probably collect that.
Here's another collectible page. You know, just again showing you like just these things around Hogwarts that
Oh, I think he used Accio right here. I think that's that's Wingardium Leviosa. That's not Accio.
you can do and pick. Kind of like,
Did we see something react?
Cool.
Here's another collectible page. You know, just again showing you like just these things around Hogwarts
Oh, okay. It
that
was
you can
what was this one?
do
That's
and pick
Accio.
up and.
That's a shot straight from the trailer too. Just that part right there.
And what is
I
this?
recognize
We
that.
might be giving you a little fan service here with callbacks
Seems
to those.
interactable, but he's not that
And
interactive.
this must be
with it, of
summertime
course.
because I noticed these are the summertime windows. These windows will change with
You
the
can see
season.
another
Yeah, the
collectible
detail they
page
put into
right
this is
there.
kinda, I get surprised by it all the time.
That's
I didn't
a
even know that was a
sentient
thing.
magic castle. So.
Oh man. And we're going out. Look at that.
This is where the students would normally kind of congregate just to kind of chill out, play, meet each other outside of the Great Hall before and after meals.
And I love the way that when
This
the
looks so
castle
good.
interconnects to, that it interconnects outside, inside. There are pathways on both sides of things, so you really get a sense of scope to
Okay, so okay, for sure those are fast travel points. Okay.
how big this castle
And
is.
when you see
That's
things
cool.
like you'll notice a bridge over there. That's a place you can go to and cross. Like
Yeah.
everything that you see is a place that you can visit.
Wow.
We put a lot of effort into making it feel really alive.
Looks
Not
so
just the
good.
student population, but even just the greenery and stuff. It's Scotland.
Yeah.
And this castle's been here for hundreds of years, so just kind of the moss and all the trees that have overgrown it, and
Oh my gosh.
that landscape, that
This
Scottish.
location might look a little familiar to you.
I thought
Ah, a chest. So it's going to be showing collectibles and interactables on the mini map.
I recognized
I
it.
mean, I'll
believe
probably
this is
still play
from
without it, because I feel like it would
Spring
just be better.
ASMR, and yes, so
So-
that puzzle right there, that view, Andrew is taking
What puzzle? What do you mean? Oh, these sigils on the bridge? Oh,
us right back to
I am
that.
gonna-
was that part of the
Tell
puzzle?
Andrew not to
I
interact with
remember.
that puzzle and to keep moving on. We can't spoil everything. We can't give you everything, right?
Hogwarts
So-
contains a lot of secrets.
Oh my god.
But this is this grand entryway right here coming down into a really kind of central area.
This is really
Yeah, we're
cool.
coming
Very
upon the central hall,
cinematic.
and we pointed
Oh,
out
the
the
fact that-
greenhouse outside,
Ah,
and,
fuck.
and we'll notice when
The dragon's moving. That's cool.
we get down.
Ow, that hurt a lot.
This is a big hub of the school. Like it's a big castle, but it is designed so you shouldn't get very lost. This is kind of a grand central station.
I love that. I love
Each
that.
direction, it's green over there, so the greenhouse is over there. Transfiguration courtyard, the library straight ahead. So it's kind of a
Okay, I
The
thought that
hub.
was gonna be
Oh my
like
God.
tell
A lot
you
of the
where to
castle.
go. Oh, that's really cool. That looks really
Even
nice.
the color visually, you can just tell. Okay, green,
Oh, green, go that
greenhouse.
way.
Oh my god.
a lot of it'll be subconscious, but
Yeah.
it'll help you really learn the castle and feel like you know your way around.
That's not to say that it's easy to learn. All of us here still get pretty
Oh, that's look at that. That looks cool.
lost
That's probably
in
a
it
puzzle
on
of
a
some
daily
kind.
basis. It's a castle.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so you said not to interact with
Visually,
a puzzle.
you can just tell. Okay, green.
Wait, well,
green,
first
go
off,
that way.
actually, what the hell is that?
The greenhouse is over
Yeah,
there.
nice simple like that.
Transfiguration courtyard, library straight ahead.
Oh, it's either probably a quest of some kind, as you can see the circle. Either a random side quest or that could be one of the companions that you can have in the game and like interact with and do quests with.
This is kind of the hub
Oh my
of
god.
a lot of the castle.
Even the color visually, you can just tell.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah, there's
green.
another one
green
up
go
there,
that
so
way.
either another
Oh
side
my
quest or
God.
A lot of it'll be
companion
subconscious,
quest.
but
Yeah.
it'll help you really learn the castle.
And then, so I
and
guess
feel like you know your way
everywhere
around.
there's going to be a
That's not to say
chest. It's probably a puzzle of some kind that will allow access
That
to
it's
that
easy
chest.
to learn. All of us here still get pretty lost in it
It
on a
is a
daily
castle.
basis.
It
It's a
is.
castle.
Great point.
And you probably can't get all
I
the
love that Andrew's
Every puzzle
definitely teasing
completed
a lot of things
initially
here. I'm
from when
noticing
you
he's
first
swinging the camera
come
this way
in
and that is
to an area
Yeah.
because there's probably
he's got this grin on his face over there. That's just like,
specific
yeah, I know what I'm
spells
doing. I
you
know
need
what
to
I'm
know.
From the reveal trailer, there's that dragon. Oh my
This
god.
is another location where the students will gather, and just kind of chill out.
And an
uh,
opportunity to talk to somebody, get a
Yeah.
quest giver here.
Okay, so that they are side quests.
Is everything all right?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm Nellie, by the way. I'm just so excited that the Daedalian keys are back.
The what keys?
The Daedalian keys. Surely you've seen them flying about. Rumour is that a former headmistress, Professor Moll, conjured them to protect the contents of certain locked cabinets years ago. Professor Black couldn't be bothered to disenchant the keys, and they appear every few years. You should try to catch one.
Why would I do that?
Each key will lead you to a locked cabinet somewhere in the castle. If
There's mail.
you can manage to get the key into the cabinet.
Oh, I thought I paused it. Give me a second. Um, Second, my daughter needs charger. I'm trying to find the iPad charger. Yep. We'll go right here. Okay, charging. Sorry about that. Forget I need to get her the iPad charging, so she
Cabinet
does
lock,
something.
not an easy task. You may find a reward.
Okay, so there's different
Perhaps I'll
dialogue
give it a
options
go.
for stuff.
I hope you do. In fact, I think I heard one of the keys in the astronomy tower. You should listen for them.
So those kind of
I
side
hope
quests
you
are
find
really,
it.
it's a cool way to interact
Have you managed to
with
open a
your
cabinet?
fellow students, with perhaps other teachers, with, you know,
Oh, give me a second. She's probably hungry. What, you hungry? Oh, yeah. Hungry. Happy up, so. Okay. Kids wrapped up. I'll get back into it. Alright.
various things like that, as well as teach you some more of the secrets of Hogwarts, I think. There's a
in this
little
case,
bit of that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So the students are a way to kind of like flesh out the school opportunities around it, what we can do, and then those interactions, different interactions with different characters can also offer different choice points for the player. And then some of those things can affect things game wide. Some of these affect characters' lives. The ending of the game.
So there is like a guide on the mini map. I'll probably definitely play
And
without a
sometimes
mini
it's
map.
just about you
so
being a little bit of a
sometimes
nice
just about
guy
the
or just
mission.
being a jerk.
Yeah.
But it still gives you
So
an
the scale really
indication
varies,
point of where you can
but
go.
those opportunities exist for the player.
Wow, look at this.
This is the Dada Defense Against the Dark Arts
Power.
which this is one of my favorite locations in the castle. Just visually, you come in here and just the richness of
It
this
is
area.
very iconic, very unique to
Whoa.
anywhere else in the castle.
This
Somebody
looks
else that we
so
can talk
good.
to,
I'm gonna be-
notably a younger
I'm gonna be stuck
student.
playing
Yeah,
this.
she looks like a first year
A lot.
or an 11-year-old.
Are you all right?
Don't you know who I am? Zenobia Noak, the girl whom everyone at school hates for no reason.
Everyone hates you. Why?
Because Hogwarts is full of bullies and spoilsports. Leander Pruitt's one of the worst, that no-talent moon mind. I wanted to make some new friends, and so
Smooth
I brought my
brain.
collection down to the
Moon
common
mind.
room. My gobstone collection, that is. I was hoping someone would want to play. Are you familiar with gobstones? Little balls, like marbles. Grand game. And if you lose, they spray you with a foul-smelling liquid.
I haven't much interest in a game that sprays you with odors.
Only if you lose, which I never do. Or at least, not often. People can be so cruel. Just because they're sprayed all over with smelly gobstone spit, it's their own fault for losing. And
Let
Melda
me
is
guess,
one
they
of the
go
worst
lost and
losers.
so
Everett and
bitchy.
Astoria are terrible as well. And now those poor losers have taken my gobstones and hidden them in very high places all over the school.
Oh,
Sounds as if you caused the smelly situation and they responded accordingly.
I didn't make the rules. Anyway, I can't work out how to get them back on my own. I don't think I know the necessary
so a
spells
fetch quest
yet.
essentially.
I need someone, perhaps a selfless and talented 5th year to help me.
Okay, so you can get more information for quests. I wonder if you can go back and
I'll
talk
see
to
what
him
I can do.
afterwards.
I'd appreciate the
Like
help.
if you leave it,
If
you
you
can go
do
back
find all of
and be
my
like, alright,
gobstones,
I need some
do come
hints,
and see
man.
me
I'm
again.
dumb as fuck.
I'll be back to playing Snake Pit and Jackstone by myself in no time.
I love that interaction with her because there's so many ways that you can go with
so
that.
you can go back
like,
and talk
you
to her, you can
feel
probably
for
get
her,
more information.
You can be a jerk to her. You can be like, Gobstone sounds awful. It sounds like you're just mean. Like,
Yeah, and your opportunities to be mean there aren't over. So,
yeah, they continue.
that's a good example of the.
Gobstones too. I know people are gonna ask. Gobstones playable? They mentioned it, right?
Yeah,
No, it's probably not playable.
So yeah, gobstones is one of the things that is not playable in the game.
That makes sense.
I know we've had to rip the Band-Aid off on a few things. Honestly, it's it's an amazing thing on the franchise how many things about this like speak to us as fans and that we want to turn into gameplay and their work.
Which it makes sense, like that they obviously can't fit everything into the game that you can do that pops up in Hogwarts, obviously, because they're trying to build a story and like an RPG story, but also I feel like if I mean there's fetch quests and stuff. I mean that's in every RPG, but they probably saw like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, The Witcher 3, phenomenal game, lots of stuff to do, but it can be overwhelming with the amount of stuff you can do. There's huge areas, collectibles, things you can find, so many quests. They probably want a freeing but also streamlined RPG story, I feel like. And obviously, they probably don't want to fill the game up with too much fluff, like gobstones, or I know they're not going to add Quidditch in, and stuff like that. Like you're just transferring in on as a 5th year. I mean, I would imagine you wouldn't be like, oh, I know how to play Quidditch. I'm like an all-star player. It kind of makes sense. You won't even participate in Quidditch. I have a feeling there might be a cutscene or like a story related to the like Quidditch. Like you might have to interact with the world during it. But yeah, there's probably a lot of things they wanted to add but couldn't add. Either like they couldn't figure out the best way to develop it, and or they just didn't have time. A lot of things people don't understand about game development is just a lot of things take time, and if like even just one thing of code doesn't work, it just fucks it all up, you know. So you gotta be careful with putting stuff in your game, especially fluff like gobstones. You don't want to put too many mini games or stuff like that, and like they already have a lot of things that are highly focused in the game. Like you don't have the room of requirement. That's not have a bunch of stuff that you can do in there, and that's just not take a lot of time anyways. Like there's gonna be a lot of stuff that's not have your attention, and a lot of your attention. You're gonna be busy for a majority of your time anyways.
calls that we had to make over the course of production of kind of like which things we will and won't include in the bucket,
Gobstones,
just kind of for the overall health of
Wizard's
the thing.
chest.
Those are things that aren't featured.
Aren't featured.
Yeah.
They're featured within the world. Right?
I'm glad they're mentioned. They're a part of the wizarding world.
Every single time
Part of
there was something that
students'
we
They're at least including like the stuff that they're not making playable and or like interactable yourself. They're at least putting it in the world for you to see as a lore standpoint. So that's really cool. They're at least doing that. Granted, you can't interact with it, even though it'd be cool to interact with it. It just makes sense that you won't be able to.
regretted because we couldn't include it. We also tried to figure out a way to make sure that it was included in the narrative, included in the stories, made sure that there's a way to kind of like acknowledge it, touch it.
That's really cool. Dragon hanging. Man, look at those horns, man.
You know, and make it feel like it's definitely part of the world.
And I know here too, we're
see your
like,
reaction.
Those are blinking.
I'm like, we're in the Defense Against the Dark Arts class. I recognize that staircase to the left where we were just at. Andrew was walking by.
Look, that's really cool. The amount of stuff they have on display. The world is definitely filled with stuff, and it looks.
Oh my gosh!
And it's not overly filled where the clutter looks messy, and well, it looks messy, but like in a good way. Like it's meant to be there. Like it builds the atmosphere. There's a lot of games that just add stuff to the setting that just clutters and isn't like pleasant to the eye. The stuff that they add off to the side that's pleasant to the eye. It makes sense where it's at. It's not randomized clutter that this is like, oh, let's copy and paste the same asset like 20 different times across, like in the same room, and then every other room after that, just because we need to fill the room. Like it seems like everything that they put has a purpose and there's a reason why it's there, and it makes sense that it's there, which is awesome.
Being in a classroom, I think this is a good opportunity to talk about.
And it looks like there's another puzzle in this room
about something. We've gotten a lot of questions about that.
The fact that that has like blood stain in it, that's really cool. Like they put a lot of detail on the map, and in the like the world, it looks awesome. It looks good. I'm excited to see everything, kind of explore, kind of view everything.
Is it a schedule-based system? Is it so tell us how classes work?
Yeah. So.
Okay, so that obviously chest has to do with this eye thing. This puzzle has something to do with the eye thing and all the eyes on the other side of the room.
So, ultimately decided not to go the sim route. So I think like one of the speculations was, is there time of day, and you know.
And what's nice is they have a lot of like moving NPCs. Like it's characters interacting.
Time of day.
Those look like the same character.
There is a day-night cycle.
Yeah, there is a day-night cycle, but everything is very.
Hopefully, the world isn't like copy and paste every same NPC every 5 feet. Kind of like a lot of other games.
And so, there's a big mystery going on in the world. There's something.
There's nothing that kills a game more, like an RPG, than having the same 5 NPC assets throughout the whole world. This is like. It makes sense, you know, like The Witcher 3 has that problem. There's a lot of the same looking characters, besides the ones you can talk to. Those are all special, but like all the other people, they just look fucking basic, and it's the same asset over and over again. I know it probably takes up a lot of storage and fucking kill the game to have multiple things, but like. It would just be nice to have a game that has like different looking characters, not the same character asset rinse and repeated. Like these look like the 2 girls from earlier, and it's within like an 8-foot stretch. I mean, these are probably all the character presets that you can choose from, but like it would be nice if it spread out a bit more and looks a lot better.
Happening in the narrative, and we essentially see it as kind of like chapters in that narrative, each chapter of which has a set of missions that you can choose between as you're progressing through the game, and classes fit within that structure. So there are mainline things that the players have to do, and then classes also appear on the sides as well as optional things that help you advance your spells. it's absolutely true that classes provide all of your major tools throughout the gameplay, your spells, your major abilities. You get to know the professors. Each one of them has these bespoke kind of events and moments in those missions. And then there are also additional opportunities outside of that through kind of like side classroom missions, essentially, where you can learn.
Okay, that's cool. I mean, they did say like 20 plus spells. So I wonder how many spells there are and how many variations of the same spell that can do different things, like different aspects to it. Because I'd imagine like that lightning spell that I made mention of earlier is probably going to be different, probably different variations of like lightning related spells, like one that you shoot out straight forward and that one you pull from the sky, or like a kind of like a spread around lightning on the ground type thing. There's probably different things, different spells for different
or
things.
things that you need in your adventure, and also get to know the professors better.
And I just want to call out something that Andrew's been kind of showing off, ways to kind of interact with the environment and just engage with the world. And, you know, maybe down there who's sipping some tea with the
Victorian high, you know.
high society.
High society.
Yeah,
And it's no wonder you like this area, because we built it for like the purebloods and the Slytherins.
oh,
and...
come on.
Well, like, speaking of lived in, like, the sound effects again, the chatter of the communication that's happening and the footsteps, like, it just makes it feel more alive.
Little events like that. Interact with
Was
the
that
environment and
people
just
flying by in
engage with the
rooms,
world.
like
And, you know,
students?
maybe down there who's sipping some tea with the
Victorian high, you know.
high society.
High society.
Yeah,
And it's no wonder you like this area, because we built it for like the purebloods and the Slytherins.
oh,
and...
come on.
Well, like, speaking of lived in, like, the sound effects again, the chatter of the communication
cool.
that's
Yeah.
happening and the footsteps, like, it just makes
As long as it's not like rinse and repeated every time, like say every time you come out on this bridge, same scene happens. Like if it's every few times, like every once in a while, time of day based, that'd be cool. I would hate to like come in the same area and see the same shit over and over again.
makes it feel
doesn't
more
help.
alive.
Little events
The
like
world
that.
at all.
Brooms going
I
by
just saw a broom
overhead.
go by. Love that. The data tower was one example, but no two hallways should look the same in Hogwarts. It has a lot of personality. Every hallway should be a little bit different, and that's mostly to help orient the player.
I mean, we saw that asset not too long ago, but it's not like, I mean, it's probably right there too, but it looks like it's purposeful. Like, look at the
Players.
jagged
Right.
stars
Lost,
and
but,
the compass here.
this
It
is
makes sense that
Hesperus Hall. That's a
pokey
little
stuff
nod
is
from
nearby.
the Marauders, a name that came from the
They're
Marauders
placed
map.
well.
But every
Like,
hallway will have a little
objects
bit of a
are-
different personality, and
You can
Personality.
interact
I
with
like
the globe.
that. 'cause
Yeah,
I
it
saw the
does,
globe and I
like,
was you could probably
Hogwarts
interact
has
with that.
character. Hogwarts is its own character, no matter where you go.
Okay, so that symbol is definitely an autosave symbol. Is that a whale?
Feels
That is a
just a
whale.
little bit different.
Yeah.
Level 1 lock. Oh, you can lockpick? Is it a lockpicking minigame or is there a spell involved?
sentient castle full of magic for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
It's going to kind of
And
grow
full
and
of,
develop. Oh, I heard something.
Yeah. Speaking of characters.
Speaking of magic, Mr. Magic himself.
Oh, Peeves. Tripped that kid with all his books.
My teacher Poltergeist too.
You know, we talked about building on lore too. I know there's that statue over to the side.
Oh, yeah?
That's
Do you know who that is?
Lachlan the Lanky,
Yeah,
and he's
yeah.
got his Bowtruckle friend. And I think if players don't know, there's another
Well,
Revelio
sorry.
page there.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, so if like you don't know about specific things in the world, like there's pages to tell you about it. I mean, obviously we saw that when they first collected the first page, right outside the Hufflepuff room, with the barrels and stuff, like a little bit of lore.
There.
Yeah, there's a map of Argyllshire. We know the fat lady hides
It
there.
hides behind it. That's right.
The third book. But sometimes a hallway has personality by how it looks, or we just passed a music hallway where the portraits have kind of taken it over, and so the sound makes it really unique.
All right, I gotta call this out here. I know there's been some criticism in the past that our trailers and our gameplay and what we've shown so far has not had enough owls. Okay, so
Okay, so they made more owls. That's cool.
here we are, at the owlry. We're looking directly at the owlry to show you all of the owls.
It's a lot of owls.
It's a lot of owls at the owlry.
I love
all
the
owls.
fog rolling down that
Great callback. Great call.
No, I also love that as one of my favorite things about just kind of going around on the outside of the school is that all those things that I see are places that I can go to, that I can visit. I just love that sensation,
That's
knowing
so
that is
cool.
real.
That lovely Scottish countryside.
We're kind of closing out our mini tour of Hogwarts, and again, it's but a fraction of this enormous castle.
That's
We're
really
closing
cool.
it out here in the clock tower, so another recognizable location.
Yeah.
But this is where Crossed Wands, which is the secret, not so secret dueling club, is that the students have put together. Professors definitely know about it, but they think they're being clever. And it's run by this Lucan Brattleby here.
Who's in a younger year, but we kind of like that that he's running things.
Hello, Lucan. May I use the training dummy?
Of course. I'll fetch it and give you a list of combinations to practice. Ready to have a try now?
Okay, so this is how you can
That would be wonderful.
Be
try
sure to
stuff.
pass all your spells before the dummy lands. If you need to stop practicing before you finish all of them, let me know.
And this is a really good opportunity to now jump into combat, because really in the game, this is going to be the first time where you yourself get to learn about combat and combos in a big way and in a new way. For me personally, this was where the game really starts to open up to the possibilities.
Yeah. So we've set up a training dummy, and this is kind of an activity where you're supposed to execute according to kind of the iconography on the top. Now, what we see on the top is the Accio spell, followed by 4 what we just kind of lovingly refer to as basic shots. There's certain spells what the wizards kind of use, just kind of fling. Andrew's using one now. And you trigger that by tapping R2 on your controller. So you can see in the corner R2. So if you tap R2, that throws out a basic shot.
Okay, so you just throw a basic attack. R2 is just like a bam type thing. And Accio probably throws it up.
The spells that you might
I'd imagine.
slot. So if you hold R2 instead, you can see how the diamond expands. And if we let go, you see how it contracts.
Okay. Yeah.
And so if you hold it again, it expands. And so when it expands, then all the spells that you slotted while you're holding that button can now be tapped with your face buttons.
Awesome.
And not only that, but over the course of the game, you can gain additional spell diamonds, up to 4 additional ones, so that you can.
Okay, so you could probably hold the right trigger, and it gives you the option of using your D-pad. So you probably get another spell here, here, or here, or kind of like a round robin thing right here, and you can use your D-pad, or you press right trigger and then hold down right trigger, and it probably gives you another button pop to swap to your other 4 diamonds. Wait, gain additional spell diamonds, up to 4 additional ones that you can slap to 16 spells. Oh, so it's probably okay. So yeah, probably right trigger, it gives you 4 new ones, and then right trigger and left trigger at the same time gives you 4 new ones, something like that, I would imagine.
Slot up to 16 spells, pretty much instantly, and then that helped us fulfill the fantasy of in combat I need to be able to access things very rapidly.
Yeah.
And so you learn over the course of these events, how to juggle not just the spell casting, but also it reinforces an understanding of another feature of the
so
wheel, which is their
Accio pulls
cooldowns.
up
As
and
you're
pulls
casting
forward.
spells, just to make sure that you're not just kind of repeatedly using one thing over and over and over again.
Right.
You can see cooldowns on the spells that he's using on the wheel.
Oh, so that
And then
just
as you
lifts
progress
up.
through the game, there are
Accio
different things that can
lifts up
affect
and
things, like
pulls
cooldowns,
toward
new
you.
talents, different things that allow you to kind of
Okay.
juggle and adjust and update those things. And so if you hold down R2 and you tap the D-pad, it will switch between your other diamonds if you've unlocked them.
Okay, so R2 and then tap the D-pad. So 4 additional diamonds, up to 16 spells. So you get your 4, then you hold right trigger, tap up on your D-pad, and it swaps out your spell diamond right on your D-pad, swaps it out, rinse and repeat.
And that's how you access all those.
Oh man, it looks like we're about to get some action over here.
So that's gonna be cool. That's
Yeah.
gonna definitely
So
be
this
able to
is,
build
this is a great way to
varieties
kind
and
of
stuff.
learn how to.
Which means you could probably also place spells on this, like repeat spells on spell diamonds. So like you don't have to like. So I would imagine that holding the right trigger, it doesn't slow down time in any sense. So you have to be like quick about it. And I'm curious about if you have multiple spell diamonds. If say you cast Accio and it's your bomb spell diamond, and you swap to a different spell diamond, if that bomb slot is still going to be on cooldown, or if it's just going to be the Accio spell itself, which will be on cooldown. So that kind of depends on your variety of how you're going to handle battle. I hope it's just the spell itself. That's one particular spell is going to be on cooldown, and not that one slot on the spell diamond, because that's really, really going to, like, it's just going to defeat the whole purpose of having four additional spell diamonds. If you cast one spell and you switch to a different spell diamond, and that bomb slot is taken up on that cooldown.
Pull things together.
So you
pull those
Leviosa
combos
right
together.
Here. Yeah. Tap, Accio, tap, tap, tap. Awesome.
That looks nice. That's very fluid.
The dummy, but I mean,
the cooldowns are pretty quick though, and I probably imagine they would get quicker with upgrades of your combat tree and stuff.
Practice. You looked good out there.
Thank you, Lucan.
I say better to discover one's weaknesses during practice than during a duel. You'll be a fearsome challenger now.
I think now we can take on something a little more challenging. It's going to shoot
combat.
back.
Now let's talk about some more features.
Oh, and you gain XP from just doing the basic spell practice. That's cool. A lot of times when you do tutorials or you practice training on stuff, like you don't gain XP in a lot of games, and it's cool that they're like allowing you to be able to do that.
The combat system.
Hello, Lucan. Is the next round of Crossed Wands all set?
Why, yes it is. I've got a great match lined up. Ready for another round?
I wonder if they're just going to do the combat things in this room. Okay, it seems like it. They're not going to really do it outside of the world. Okay.
PS5 dev kit here, so we're going to be able to kind of pause
I'm
the action
Yeah.
and talk about what you're seeing on the screen, because there's about to be a lot going on.
Okay.
I know Sebastian is one of your companions, so you could probably just duel your companions.
All right, here you can select if you want to fight with somebody else, some of your
the other
classmates.
students.
Yeah.
But in this case, we're not. We want that action to feel a little more frantic towards you to really get you that sense of combat.
So apparently you've got quite the reputation because they've got you up against three people.
Apologies.
Off the jump.
So I can explain this just because I know people are going to go into it, but we can probably just kind of jump in. You're not the only one that has Protego and the ability to deflect. The enemies do.
Oh, so these are different. The coloration behind the spells is the tree it's from. Like, that's interesting.
Too. And we actually play with that when it comes to the spell casting. So you notice that there are different colored kind of shields around the different characters. And you also notice that your spells have different colors on them. So to help players understand kind of like the function of their spells, we're trying to put them into brackets. So there are damage spells, there are force spells, there are
Okay, so I was right. That is like a combo meter. That once that fills up, you can use like Ultra Spell or like a ultimate ability.
The other one, all this control spells
of some kind.
And so those things for the player, they wind up also being a color indicator for which actual spell to use to break the different shields.
Okay, so if you get hit, you don't lose that meter that you build up.
Enemies can
Good to
use.
know.
That way it rewards kind of like that close attention that you're paying.
It's definitely an
on
ultimate.
things.
We've got this
ability.
paused here now, and you can kind of see all the elements on the screen, the halo around the avatar's head, each of the different shields, to kind of give us a breakdown of what's
Give
going
us a breakdown of different things that you're saying. So you notice at the top that we're kind of like calling out which enemy you currently have targeted and their level and health. And so, you know, as you target different characters, you'll be able to get that breakdown. The the halo over your head, whenever an enemy is about to an attack, it's almost like you have a little bit of a sixth sense for those things that are coming. If you see the halo, it means there's an incoming attack, and if you tap the triangle button by default, then
that's a
you'll be able to
deflection
deflect
warning.
that attack that comes in and off with
Yeah.
the protect.
And I
That's
love
cool.
that deflect
Kinda
where
like
it
the
goes
whole,
off and like hits things up and kind of breaks things off walls
Batman
too.
shit.
But also, if you hold the button, then it doesn't just deflect. It also deflects and turns around with a counter attack stupefy that actually stuns the enemy.
Oh.
And you can use that even in your combos and stuff. So if you're focused on a character, you know, and you're doing your thing, and someone else attacks you, you can actually turn that attack into a direct attack on the person that you're comboing.
Oh, so when you counterattack, it just uses what spell
Back
is
into
good for
into
it.
gameplay here. Andrew's gonna pretty handily finish these other students off here. Win this
Look
duel.
how fast it is.
Okay, so it gives you a way to deal with your stuff.
It's like a dance.
Yeah, we really felt like in the movies, there's almost like a, it's kind of like a, there's this element of kind of like fencing from a very great distance.
That's such a good call.
And there are a lot of things that we had to do with our controls and combat system in order to kind of capitalize on that idea that's pretty unique to the Wizarding world.
Understandable.
Well, perhaps you should try that next time. The other duelists have already taken notice of you, but after that last round, they'll really have it in for you. You'd better keep practicing if you want a chance at winning,
I do glitching over there.
or at least surviving the next round.
It's like a... Okay, so like you have a kind of like a cage match going on. People like cheering from outside the cage.
I'll let you know when we're ready. Hope to see you then. The next
That's
round is for
interesting.
all the gobstones, so to speak.
And that is more or less going to wrap it up for us for now, for what we wanted to show you.
No.
Character creator, tour of Hogwarts, and just that little taste of combat. But we didn't want to leave you without well, maybe a little taste.
Oh, my daughter woke up. Guy grumpy butt. How?
Taste of something that we may show in the future, may show next time. You know, so leaving the castle, going out here.
More owls confirmed.
Gotta show the owls.
Owl mail. There's the owlry again. Yes, all of the owls. But yeah, just heading out here again to show you like from Hogwarts to the world beyond Hogwarts. And
Oh man.
this is not somewhere where we're going today, but we will definitely be taking you in
I'll
the
definitely
future.
watch more of these videos, upcoming videos.
A little glimpse at the scale of the castle back there. All right, so we're gonna wrap things up here, but I hope you guys have enjoyed everything that you've seen. But I think, James, you may have a few other questions here at the end of things. So
Yes.
while we're done with what we're showing on the gameplay side, I know there's a few things that you want to pick Alan and Boston's brains about.
I would love that because there's a lot. Let me grab it. All right, so some of these questions we did pull from the community secretly, but I did pull from the community. So,
And also from, I mean, going through this, I
Based
feel like
off of-
you've come up with some things you want to talk a little more about. I'm sure.
elaborate on, because we went through character customization, Hogwarts itself, and even combat. So this would be like for the both of you guys. Will we be able to go back and change our character creation if we don't like it?
So not everything, but there are certain things with hairstyle, hair color, so kind of like core shapes, you know, like with the body and face, not after the fact.
Okay.
But there are lots of things. There's kind of like a barber shop in Hogsmeade that you can go to.
Okay,
and
cool.
inside of there-
So there's a way you can
Yeah.
change how your hair
Change your
looks and
color
stuff.
for holidays or something, right?
Oh my gosh, that would be so cool.
And the game features a lot of appearance customization in it. So there's a ton of options there.
Okay, that'd be cool.
That's
You probably
in terms
unlock
of like your
some
character
other
and stuff.
stuff
Yeah, the
that
character
you
creator.
can
It's like
change stuff with.
a smaller set of what you saw there.
Okay. Oh my gosh, awesome. Next question, what kind of leisurely activity can we do? Can we study
So
with
kind of something
our
like
free time?
an,
I mean, what will we be doing
like,
just hanging out in Hogwarts?
so I feel like that question is kind of like a persona kind of question. Like, can you go eat like food to level up or shit like that? I don't know. Most likely that's kind of the question that's being asked.
Because as you progress through the game, there's a bunch of different missions that open up. Most of them are driven by different characters' personalities. You know, some of them want help getting up to hijinks, or some of them want to just explore secrets in the castle because there are new secrets in our castle to explore. And so, so I think there's a bunch of things to do. And when it comes to class, as I mentioned earlier, it's not just kind of like the mainline stuff. There are kind of like extracurricular assignments, some of which are optional, some of which are kind of like blockers for main mission. Kind of like you can't go on this mission until you have the spell. And then the spell is open, you know, the assignment and how you complete it with your professor.
Okay.
And so there are opportunities to study, so to speak, like with that. But they're really,
so there's
they do
specific spells you need to progress in the main story. That's good to know. Like, you can't just go through the main story and be like, oh, I don't have a spell. I mean, I'd imagine there's like a number of spells you need specifically, but there's also a lot of spells you could probably miss. I'd imagine, like, obviously you can probably keep playing after the fact, after you complete the main story. Most RPGs let you continue playing after you complete the main story. Unless they don't. Some RPGs don't, like Fallout New Vegas. Complete story, you get kicked back to you save just before the final quest.
take the form of our mission structure.
As you mentioned earlier. Wow. Let's get into some combat right quick. Do spells have different levels, or are they all equal?
Do spells have different levels, or are they all equal? I'm trying to think of how to describe that. So each spell has kind of like its own core identity and what it does in the game with regards to both kind of like puzzling, world exploration, and enemy combat and all that kind of stuff. And then it's through the talent system. When you go into that, it's kind of like each of those spells has ways to kind of like advance and grow and change. And as you spend talents, in some cases, it even changes like the way you approach the battlefield and things like that. So I'd say that's no more true than with like dark arts, for example. And as you go down that line and you kind of play around with those talents, it really does start to kind of like affect even how you approach combat and how you think about the battlefield.
I won't be touching the dark art stuff, but I know many of you guys will be.
Maybe on your second playthrough?
Second playthrough, yes. Okay. Dark Hufflepuff coming, #soon. I want to close off with this question, and this will be for everybody, and we'll start with Boston. With this game that you guys have been working on for however long, and the excitement you guys have, what's one aspect of Hogwarts Legacy that you are excited for the fans to experience? Boston.
I think I'm just excited for the fans to play through the world, specifically the castle, and maybe go read those books again. I hope that either whether you're already a fan and love this game, or this is your first introduction into the world, I hope they just point at each other in the best way possible. And I'm just excited for fans to get to finally go to Hogwarts and feel like they can own it and live there. I've lived there for 5 years. It's a great place to live. Official 5th year.
It's really funny because I want to give a different answer, and I will. But I actually feel like the most honest answer is really similar. Because my favorite thing when running around, playing the game, and getting to know Hogwarts the way Boston knows it, because she knows the school and the lore better than I do, and thank God, right? Because you want the person architecting it to really know that. But when I rewatch the films, or or I'm rereading passages from the books, there's a different relationship to
Well, yeah,
those
because you
things
can
having played
visualize
the
it.
game.
Right.
So
And
that's
so
gonna
it's
be
really looking over the
really
edge
good.
and
That's gonna be
seeing,
nice.
seeing location. I'm like, oh my God, I'm right there. And in the movie saying, I know what's around that corner in the film. Like if you go down this way, there's actually a thing over here, and there's this person over here, and this thing happened, and it just adds all this richness to everything
Yeah,
you already know.
And that's
lore
you're going to
building.
add your own story.
Yeah.
So you know what
Be
happens
nice.
around that corner because you did something.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the quick answer, just to
point.
have something different, is I just love being on a broom. I just love looking at the whole world and just being like,
Yeah, that's
okay,
gonna be
I
a
can
really
just
fun
go.
aspect is the
Vantage
broom
point, yeah.
riding.
There's just
Right.
something exhilarating about it
Yeah.
that
It'll
feels
be really
very
good.
different in that
It'll be
kind
really
of
good.
open air and on that thing. It just like, it's kind
Yeah.
of incredible. Yeah.
And wrapping it up, you know, for me, it's just bringing the community together with it and sharing those stories, because it is your story, and you are going to be
Right.
writing. You know, this is your unique
Right.
experience within this, and even within the things that are the same, it's going to be your unique experience. Is different from mine. Is different from. We're all approaching it from different places, and I think that's going to be really cool the way that everybody brings those things together. All right, and that's everything that we have to show you today. I know maybe it wasn't everything you wanted to see, but it was a whole lot of stuff.
Well, obviously it wasn't.
Little mini tour
I got
of
some
Hogwarts
questions
there,
for the
a small
game
part of it,
itself.
a little bit.
I made posts on Twitter about it, like whether or not you can, kind of like in Skyrim, where you can have multiple characters and swap between characters, like different character saves. Like you have a character, and then you have your save list for that character, and then you can go to a different character, and you have that save list for a character. I'm hoping it's not like how in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, for example. You just have 16 save slots, and or even Persona 5 Royal, like you have a set number of save slots, and like you have to be smart about how you save so you don't take up too many slots if you want to have a second character or a second playthrough, or say you want to go through the game as all 4 different houses, and even then go through the game as all 4 different houses, but as like touching the dark arts and then not touching the dark arts, and see how that affects the game, if it even affects it in any way. Like if you want to play as a Hufflepuff and you play Hufflepuff but without touching dark arts, if there's gonna be a if it's not look any different, or if character interactions don't be any different. And then if you play as a Hufflepuff but like touching into the dark arts, so if there's gonna be different choices, like I wonder how your choices affect the game. If it's going to be like if you just dabble in the dark arts, like if there's gonna be a different outcome from that compared to if you don't dabble in it at all, or if you fully go into the dark arts. If there's like you max out your talent tree, or you go through and you're the one performing all the dark arts yourself and not having your companion cast them for you, or stuff like that. If there's gonna be a way to if there's gonna be different outcomes and stuff, and if I'm hoping there's a way to experience that kind of like Skyrim with the multiple saves, like multiple character slaves no character saves, and not just like you have 16 save slots. Fucking good luck trying to manage your characters on that. You don't have to give rid of your first playthrough to have your second playthrough, or something like that. Or if there's gonna be like New Game Plus, that'd be interesting too. If there's like a New Game Plus, like you beat the story and you can choose to restart the game with like you can restart the game with all your spells and your current talents, and go through the game again to gain, say, more XP. And there's certain things there's certain new secrets or stuff like that is set in your second playthrough as a New Game Plus. Like certain things weren't there, but now they are there in your second playthrough, or something like that. And that like aspects like that. Like I'm really hoping that there's multiple character slaves. I almost said character slaves again. What the fuck is wrong with me? Character saves. Jesus, I can't speak with shit. Like if there's multiple character saves, that would be awesome. Like that would definitely change how I play and how I choose to play just on the fact that there is. So I want to go through the game with every single house, but also like, you know. I'm curious if you link, like, before you even start the game, if you link your Hogwarts fan club thing, like if that's your only option for your house and your wand, or if like you can choose to either take your Hogwarts fan club stuff or choose not to. You can still log in with your Hogwarts fan club and create a character, but not use your Hogwarts fan club information, like your house on there or your wand, as the choice that you use. You want to go on the ground? Yeah, okay. Let me put it on the ground, and then I'm just going to end the stream. Okay, I'll just deal with that once I end the stream. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. It was fun going through that and watching that and gain some new info and some more insight into the game and stuff. And hope you enjoyed it. Hope you guys actually were there for the stream. I chose not to be there for the stream so I can do. Also, I was fucking tired yesterday, but I wanted to do a video on this video, and I wanted to be able to pause it, and you can't pause a stream. So like I would it'd be really hard to get my thoughts in and to like try and get a glimpse of some things before they like kick off and go someplace else. Before I have like even a chance to like get my thoughts out. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to check out my links I post when new videos are up on Twitter, and I'm active on Twitter. Be sure to also check out my YouTube. I post on my past clips and past streams there. I'm gonna start doing more. I'm not gonna fully go into full React content, but if there's certain things that I want to react to, I will. Like this Hogwarts Legacy stream. I'll probably do more Hogwarts Legacy React stuff when a new video drop. I mean, I could go back and watch the other stuff, but kind of defeats the purpose of it right now. Because at this point, everybody's already seen the stuff about it, but people just saw this, so I wanted to kind of hop onto it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you tomorrow.